Man buys used car, let the story commence. Yes! Thank you very fucking much. I've got to catch up. I'm going to thank you properly in a minute. Man buys used car, let the story commence. Craig went up to the car dealership, used car salesman, and he walked up and he said, I'm looking to buy a new motor. And the guy says, well, listen, I've got some great ones. And he says, don't try any of your shite with me. I know what yous are like. I've always just bought new motors. I've been paying a fortune, but now I want to be a wee bit wiser. And it is wiser, is it? You're trying it, you're doing it again. I know what yous are like. I've seen yous in films and things like that, and used cars. I know what yous are up to. But I'm going to let you do your thing. Right, so what have you got for me? Right, okay. I see we've got a quick one, a wise one. That's the part that I've seen in films. All that. Well, listen, what is it you're after? You just looking for a wee car to get from A to B? Or is this like something that's serious? Is this, you got a family? You know what? I'm gonna let you work out just by, you know, like you get detectives to try and do a profile on a serial killer, try and work out this serial killer. What does he maybe look like? Where does he maybe work? What does he do? I'm gonna let you, if you know your stuff, you'll be able to work out what I'm after. I see. Well, could you give us a wee bit of something, just at least a price range? And he went, no. Okay. All right. But you're wanting to buy a car, you're not wasting my time. This isn't like we hidden video you're doing, the social experiment, sticking on YouTube or anything like that. No, I'm actually serious after a motor, seriously, mate. And the salesman went, all right, okay. Okay, let me take over here. This is probably wrong here, but let me see. Is it a guessing game? Can I ask you questions and you say yes or no? No. I want you to pick the motor, sell me the motor, and we'll see how it goes. Then I'll tell you at the last minute, no, I don't want to buy it. Right. Okay. All right. Well, take a look at this. And he brings Craig into this flashy sort of motor, only 2 seats. Only 2 seats. You could sort of sit in the back, but you'd be, you know, your legs would be all crushed up. It's mainly 2 seats. It's a sports motor. And the salesman, Craig said, what's your name, by the way? John. This here's got a thingy engine, thingy 2-point thingy. This can go from not to that and this, if that's your thing. And Craig went, right, I'm right. No, I'm like, right, okay. And this costs, you see here, 18,999. Okay. Would you like to buy this? Oh, good, so I'm right. We're not there yet. All right. So how would you like to pay? Debit card? Because we have got finance options. Debit card? I've got the money ready to go. I don't live beyond my means. It's all ready, saved up for it. So they went to the till, and the guy says, "Can I have your card, please?" And the guy said, John said, so that's £18,999. Right, okay. Okay, just enter your PIN. Okay, that's it. That's great. Okay, well, that's it. And so I was right first time. And Craig went, no, nope, not yet, no. I'm going to need a wee bit more than just 2 seats. So keep going. And John said, the payment went, you've just paid for that there. And Craig went, no, because we've not decided what motor I'm getting yet. I've not said this is the one yet. And John said, but that was the payment there. You just entered your PIN. And Craig went, but I've not decided what one I'm getting yet, so we've got to keep looking. You're going to buy more cars? No, I'm just looking for the one. Okay, I'll tell you that much. I'm just looking for one. And John went, you've just paid for that, sir. And Craig went, no, I've not decided yet, and I hadn't said. But I gave you the card. You put the card in. I gave you entered your PIN. Well, you should have done. Well, how? What? Aye, but no, we're just pretending. I've not decided yet. But you entered your PIN. What do you mean pretending? I've not got a pretend card machine here. Craig went, you got to give me my money back then. I've not decided. That's the one I want there. And he pointed to, it was a kind of $6,000 motor, kind of red, kind of wee thing, dead thin doors and all that. Pretty much the cheapest one that was there. And that's what I was wanting. It's just a kind of go for A to B type of thing. That's it. That's what 19,000 went through. You said it was 18,000. No, well, it's almost 19,000. It's 18,999. I want my money back. Right, okay. I can do that. We can do that right now. It does take a wee while though for that. I can't just demand the money back, and that has gone through. We'll have to do this through the proper channels. And Craig went, I need that. I went into my fucking overdraft, mate. I got a 10 grand overdraft when I was going through a really, really fucking hard time. You've shagged me. And John went, well, listen, right, here's what I can do, mate. Here's what I can do. And Craig went, it's no funny. And John went, I'm just laughing, nervous laughing. Because it's so bad, sometimes. And Craig said, John said, right, what I can do for you is I can get you that money back. It's going to take about a week. Craig went, a week? But my wife's going to kill me. He said, it's going to take a week, but you can get some of that money back quite quickly if you're willing to work for it. Right? What do I have to do? He said, come here. And he took him round the back and he said, see all these motors, I need all these washed. I need them all washed. And it was like a big gigantic car park, about 50 motors wide, 100 motors fucking that way. So that's 50 times 100, that's 5,000 motors. I'm going to need them washed. And Craig said, right, is this a hidden camera program? John went, is it? Is it? Is it? And Craig went, is it? And John went, is it? And Craig went, no. John went, well, what? I'm asking you. I have to wash all these motors. Are you on the wind up? And John said, are you on the wind up? And here's the thing. It was 2 separate wind-up programs. Hidden camera shows. Can you believe that? And the different channels. It happens. Like Beadle's about. One was Beatles about, like a reboot. And the other one was the Jamie Kennedy Experiment. A reboot. The two of them, weren't they talking to each other? So he went in the wind-up, and he was going to wind up the customer that came in. Saying, oh, right, fuck up the money or something like that, kid on the money, something, but you've got to wash them waters. He was going to come in and say, oh, it's very complicated, and they just sort of improvised and they lost it. And they went like that, right, stop. They were actors, and then Jamie Kennedy was going to come in as a character. Well, it wasn't actually him, it was this other. They were changing the whole format, and a descendant of Jeremy Beadle was going to come in, with the beard and, as if he's a Polish and all that. But they all bottled it. They went, this is a disaster, and they all ran. All the crew, they all packed up and left. The lot of them. So basically, it was just left with the two actors. And they went like that, right, stop. And they left. And they went to the pub. And they just started talking about it. And they went, like, see, seriously. I used to take a lot of acid, right? So, gonna know, like, fuck my head that much. This seriously part of a programme. Aye. And you looked up, you go, there's my fucking stuff. There's my stuff there. Actor thing on, like, Spotlight. It's this website for actors and that. There it is. See, I'm in Spotlight as well. There I am. I went, oh, you've done Hamlet. Yes. And they started coming with wee bits of Shakespeare, and the two of them went and done a show at the Fringe together. They said, why don't we do a show where we do a bit of Shakespeare, but we also tell a story about how we got together, how we came up with a show. I don't know. I don't think we should do that. I think what we should. So they weren't quite sure. So they went, like, listen. The pair of them just went, the only way this is going to work is if you do like 30 minutes and I'll do 30 minutes, and we draw a line there. So like a double bill kind of thing. It was meant to be like one coherent show, interwoven, and then they decided it's one coherent show, but the first half is this, the second is that, and then they decided to just go, alright, fuck it, it's a double bill. But what they ended up doing with the double bill was Craig did the first half, he did a bit of Shakespeare, and he also told the story about how his show came about. And then that stopped, and then on came John, as if it's just a completely different thing. Like they've got two comedians, completely different. But he did the same sort of thing. Shakespeare and how the show came about. Nobody got it. Everybody's like, I don't get it. Is it meant to be for different perspectives? Or nobody really got it. And John left about halfway through the Fringe. He just left. And Craig went, you can't just leave. I've got a half hour show to fill in. And John went, I'm not doing it. In fact, I'm going to show you exactly what he did. I'm going to show you exactly what John did. He did this. Master Chef. What's his name? Storms Off. Fucking arse. She was there to see the show. Liz for and you know what? she stepped in for the rest of the Fringe. And John got back in touch because the show then really took off. And John got back in touch and said, right, listen, I went back in. I went back in. And Craig went like, don't want you back. You left. Liz for Atomic Kittens here. You stay gone. You can stay gone. And Liz for Atomic Kitten, and the story's about to end now, she actually sang Stay Gone by Brand New Heavies as sung by Cider Garrett. So she sang that at the end, and John tried to sue and say that's about me, and they went like, don't know what you're talking about. And then Liz and Craig got together and they went back to that car sales dealership, whatever you call it, and they bought that red motor that was still sitting there. John didn't work. John actually did work there because he was an out of work actor and actually did have to get a job as an actual salesman. And he sold him the motor. And that is a true story. True story. How do I know? I'm John.